Steve, we've got a busy few weeks again coming up with our lads on these behind closed doors shows. But before that, I just wanted to quick take on the Tassa Jonas and Terry Harper fight, because you put a little tweet out, and I think I put a tweet out as well saying, you know, great advert for female boxing. No, not female boxing, just boxing full stop, because it was a right little dogfight, wasn't it?
Do you know what it was? And I'm not a lover of female boxing, and I've made that known in the past, but I did enjoy that fight. So I just felt that I should have put a little tweet out saying well done to the pair of them, and that's what I did. And you know, good fight. I've seen since that they've been talking about moving up to 3 rounds, but I think leave it as 2 minutes and not 3, because a lot of people out there who want to stop boxing, isn't there? And you know, if there was a fatality with females in a fight, I think it'd be even harder than it is now to justify the sport. And I think just the 2 minute rounds, obviously they're doing 10 rounds, is enough. Add another minute on each round, it's another 10 minutes.
Well, with 2 minute rounds, you get a different
yeah.
pace. I mean, they set a good pace in there, you know what I mean? So, you know, if you add the extra minute on, is that going to slow things down?
I think it would slow things down.
That's what I mean. So maybe that's why we got such an exciting fight.
Of course.
Went all at it,
and they were tired, weren't they? So if you start putting the extra minutes on them as well, they just make it worse, and the dehydration comes into effect and all that. So, you know, it was a good night of boxing for female boxing, that, and they did 10 2-minute rounds. Everyone enjoyed it. Why change it?
Well, it was great top of the bill. And before we go on to Zelfa and Jack Cullen, an ex-VIP boy caused a huge upset. I think it was 12-1 you were saying with the book.
Well, I backed him at 12-1. I know a few kids who were told to put the money on him got 9s and 10s to 1, and there was one kid who's in our group chat. Obviously he trains with Josh Waddington's dad, so within the group everybody knows Maxi. Someone got him on Sky Bet at 25-1. He, you know, picked a points win where I'd just gone with a win. I didn't realise it was such a big difference, because I don't think he was ever going to stop John O'Carroll, because he's not a puncher, Maxi. But he was always capable of beating him, and 12-1 was good value. 25-1 was unbelievable value that he got. Yeah.
Like I say, huge upset, because after his last performance, after John O'Carroll's last performance against Scott Quigg, you thought he was elevated to that world level, and then
well, he was, wasn't he? He's a terrible bit of matchmaking, to be honest with you. Who's ever made that fight for John O'Carroll? He's so close to probably getting another crack at a world title, then all of a sudden he gets beat by Maxi Hughes. Maxi's, I think, 21 wins, 5 losses. The losses have always been against top quality kids.
Well, and trilogy with Matt J. Ward, didn't he?
Yeah, and he's a lightweight as well now, and a fully fledged lightweight. So why you'd put in a super featherweight with an handful at a weight above you is madness, just for the tick over fight. And you know, obviously with Josh's dad training him, I've been lucky enough to know about the sparring. He's been coming down here and sparring Jack Castle and doing okay, and he's had quality sparring. He's doing well. So yeah, Fred Barrett. Oh, sorry, Fred, thank you very much.
I'm a bit sorry for him though. He gets his biggest win of his career, and still no title for him.
Yeah, and when you heard him afterwards, I think he kind of did overlook Maxi Hughes, which obviously the matchmaker's done as well. And you know, the win against Scott Quigg's distant memory now, isn't it? They always say he's as good as your last fight. They'll forget that he's beat Scott Quigg, and then they'll be saying that Scott Quigg was completely shot and it was nothing, and they've got to get him back in the mix. And listen, I know him. We brought him over here to spar with Teddy Flanagan years ago, and he's good company, and I felt a little bit sorry for him. They didn't get the full story. I was watching it on an iPad, and he was like saying his trainer wasn't with him and everything like that. And again, that's another indication that they just thought they could turn up and turn Maxi Hughes over. I mean, naiveness at at the worst, shall we say.
Yeah, that's when you look at the 5 losses on it, which is obviously what they've done, but not realise that the quality of the guys that have beat him, and also some of them have been a bit close. He's always had to like the wrong rub of the green, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know it's a great win for Maxi, but I seen in his interview, you know, that he's like saying, I've been unlucky and now I've had the win, and there was no belt on it for his line, so that was a kick in the dick for Maxi. But you know, what a fantastic win for Maxi, and it shows you, doesn't it, perseverance, which is what he's done. I know he was talking about quitting not so long ago. He stayed in, he's had the best win there now, and hopefully he'll get a good opportunity and a good payday on the back of that one, because he's never earned really great money, so it'd be nice if he could get a good payday.
Yeah. Now on to our boys. Tonight is Zelfa goes in with Eric Donovan, Lily White Lightning against Brown Flash. I just love that. I think both of them fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, I've been watching a few of the interviews, obviously. Because of my heart condition, I'm not going down to the show. I mean, I'm one of those who's I think on the critical list, so they shouldn't attend these sort of events. So I'm not going down. I'm gutted with that, because I'd love to see the fight. I think tonight is Zelfa Barrett's breaking out fight. I think the country's gonna realise what a special talent he is tonight, and you know, this is something he's been craving for a while, and you know, people still think of him as a prospect, but he's a Commonwealth champion. I think his record's 23-1 in 24 fights. He's knocked, I think, 13 or 14 of them out. You know, he's not a prospect, he's a Commonwealth champion, and tonight that kid he's fighting is going to come and have a go. He's 35, was a world-class amateur. He's 14-0 himself. As
12-0.
Is he 12-0?
7
Sorry,
KOs.
in 7 KOs. He's going to take that mantelpiece off Zelfa's got, and
he's dangerous, because this is at 35, probably his last chance saloon, isn't it?
Well, I won't say it's his last chance saloon, but he's coming to the stage where there won't be many more opportunities. So listen, when you get to this stage and you're fighting for the title, and a genuine title, it's the IBF International, you're going to give it your all. I think that'll make a good fighter for it, and the fact that he'll come and have a go, I think will make Zelfa shine, and I'm really looking forward to it tonight, and I think the world's going to see what a talent that Zelfa Barrett is, and he's going to go on and be a superstar and do what he wants to do, which is he wants to headline the MEN Arena, and I think tonight's the start of that process.
There was one little, I think British Boxers did a little thing about him, and said he was built behind closed doors, because I think Eric Donovan said, you know, will he be used to be fighting, you know, without no crowd or anything, because, you know, he's in Manchester when he's always fought, he's always been, you know, like this up and coming superstar. But he said, I've been built behind closed doors. You know, no one really knows who he is, and as you said, this is the night where hopefully everyone will.
Listen, I've been in his gym, and I've been in the Josh Warrington gym with them two sparred 10 and 12 rounds together.
It was brilliant,
and you know, you pay for that spar, and you pay to watch it. I'm saying it was fantastic, and I've seen Zelfa develop from those sparrings, and I think they'll do him the world of good tonight, because it will be nip and tuck for a little while, and when it starts getting probably tough 7, 8, 9, 10, you know, apart from his experience of winning and defending the Commonwealth title and doing the rounds, he's done them with Josh Warrington, the world champion, and he's come through him, and I think tonight that'll be the difference, and I'm expecting him to explode on the scene like later on in the fight, and hopefully a stoppage win. And I say that with him being a nice kid, but he's that nice, he still wants to go and beat Zelfa up. You know, it's a business, and he's trying to take the food off Zelfa's table tonight, isn't he? And you know, Zelfa's got to make sure he doesn't.
Yeah. And then next week, finally, we have an opponent. for Little Eva's meat cleaver, Jack Cullen.
Yeah, well, we touched on it last week that he should be, but you know, I felt sorry for Jack, you know, because it was this, it was that, he was going, it wasn't it this, it's moved to that, and then after clock one night, I got a text off Eddie saying it's back on. Can we do it for the 22nd on the undercard, which it was and been took off. Couple of calls straight away. Zach Chellis took it, Jack's took it, and it's on. And I strongly believe this will be the fight of the night. There's no reason why it shouldn't be. You know, Zach Chellis is a top amateur. He's done really well as a pro. He only lost once on points to that Cody Davies, and he went up to light heavyweight where he's a 12-stone fighter. Jack's 11'6", been fighting, but he struggles with the weight. Look at the size of him. He's going up to 12 stone. You know, he got put over and stopped by Felix Cash, but I think that's the first time amateur and pro has been over. There's no frailties about Jack Cullen. There's none about Zach Chellis. Both not massive punchers, but they're hurtful punchers. They both like to have a fight. Defensively, they're not the greatest. There's no reason that won't be a shootout at the OK Corral, and I think Eddie's decided that they're going to start with that on the coverage, and I honestly, I think it'll kick off. The only downside, well, might be they might all be disappointed with the fights afterwards.
No, I think you're right. You put a tweet out saying you definitely think this is going to be fight of the night. But there again, Cullen's very rarely in a bad fight, though, is he?
Can't be in a bad fight. He gets it, and he wants to throw punches.
All right. Well, we'll leave it at that. Good luck to the VIP fighters.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
See you later, Steve.
Thanks.
Bye.
For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also, Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.